Hi everybody, Hillary here. I am coming to you from my backyard where I am doing some final winter preparations for my honeybee hive, which actually lives in a different part of my yard, but this piece of frame is coming in for the winter, so I'm doing one last extraction and prepping the hive for winter. One of the things I wanted to talk to you all about today in particular, as we watch this beautiful honey flow out of the back of the frame here, it's kind of hypnotizing. I want to talk to you about making preparations for the winter, actually, and not just for the bees, but for you all. I have found that this time of year is when I really need to start making some preparations, internal preparations in particular, and I think that's doubly so for this year. Figuring out what am I going to need for this entire winter to try to feel healthy, strong, stable, help with some mental health, especially for any of us who suffer from seasonal affective disorder, especially this year. We probably all are going to suffer from it at least a little bit with things being the way they are. And so, as we watch this beautiful flow of honey here, it's a little cold today, so it's a slower flow. Wondering what your preparations are for the winter. And they could be harvest-like, they could be like this, where you're actually making preparations at home, or you're making maybe like a mental health plan. My therapist and I do this a lot, actually, where we know if I'm going to have a busy couple of weeks or a couple of months that are going to be hard. We talk about things like eating habits. We talk about things like meditation habits, prayer habits, obviously exercise too. For me, it's really important to have a combination of all those things, or, it's really hard to make it through a winter, either a literal winter or a winter of the soul. So wanted to ask you guys, what are you doing for your winter prep? And now's the season. Start thinking about it. Well, thanks for joining me out here with the bees today, all. You can see them kind of flying all around. And I'm just going to sit here and watch the honey flow for a little bit. It's really mesmerizing. Here are a couple girls on top. One of the reasons I like thinking about this so much with the honeybees is when I first got into beekeeping, it was through my dad, and he used to teach me all about Reverend Langstrom, who was the man who invented the modern type of beehive that many beekeepers still use. This is a modification on that. And what Reverend Langstrom, what brought him to beekeeping was he entered a time when I believe it was his wife and his daughter died in maybe even the Spanish flu. And he entered a really deep time of depression. And he said keeping bees started to help him heal. The bees brought him out into nature. They taught him about community. When you're out with the bees, you have to be calm. It's like a meditative practice. They get really riled up if you're riled up. So if you start shouting or getting scared, or even just breathing wrong, they can sense it. And so it really teaches you how to be like a Zen meditation. Even right now, while you can hear those, you can hear the background noise of neighbors doing construction work. It's just a nice invitation to be outside and stay calm. And so for me, spirituality and beekeeping really do go hand in hand. There's a whole course on that we teach here at the Hive, actually, if you're interested. I'll put the link in the notes. But he said, Reverend Langston, an Episcopal priest, said, eventually they were what really helped him heal. I'm sure that's true. Here's a little girl getting a drink. I'm sure that's true for all of us who are making preparations. I don't know if you can even see the tongue. I'll go out of focus. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little trip to the preparation hive today. You can tell I've already separated this from the actual hive. If I was out here with under normal circumstances, and this was still attached to the back of my normal hive, I'd be surrounded by literally thousands of bees right now, instead of just the 40 or so girls that are here. And they are all women. The males, the drones of the hive this time of year, they're making their own preparations. The women of the hive, which are all the worker bees, they'll make room in the hive, sometimes even by pushing the drones out, since they don't really do much in the hive. So the bees are making their preparation, nature is making her preparation, and I hope you are too. Thanks, Hive. Thanks for joining me today. Let me know your preparations. I could always use some inspiration. God bless.